So in these tutorials, um, I'm going to show you how to apply EQ to mix your your tracks. So when it comes to EQ, there are a few things you have to take note of. So here is the EQ in Cubase, and before I start to apply the EQ on this track, I just want to show you some few things. That is the EQ controls. Now, once you understand the EQ controls, it will help you to be able to know how to use EQ to enhance your mixes, to be able to create space for every instrument, to be able to put every instrument in their own frequency so that they wouldn't be clashing in the same frequency range. So with EQ, there are three controls here. The first one is the gain control. Now, the use of the gain control is to adjust the amplitude of the selected frequency band, boosting or cutting. That is what it does. And then the frequency is used to set the center frequency of the band you wish to boost or cut. So let's do an example of this. So here is the gain reduction. Here is the frequency. So when you begin to turn this knob, you see this moving to different frequency areas. So when I move it down, it comes to the low frequency area. When I start moving it up, it goes to the high frequency area. So the last one is the Q, which is the band width. The band width determines the width of the frequency band affected by the EQ adjustment. A narrow Q affects the smaller range, while a wider Q affects the broader range. So I'm going to demonstrate it now. So let's listen to this guitar instrument. So with this, I'm going to use the high pass filter in order to filter all the lows from the guitar. So let's listen to the signal and then just look at the way I'm going to apply the EQ on the guitar. So I use the frequency to locate where the problem is, and I use the Q, to narrow it up, and I use the gain to cut it. Okay, so let me use another frequency range to boost the area that really sounds good in this guitar instrument. So I'm going to undo the EQ. I'm going to undo all and then activate it back again so you can see the differences from the raw sound and the sound that has been EQ'd. Now I want us to listen to it in the context of the mix. So you can hear the differences when it comes to the signal that has been EQ'd and the signal that has not been EQ'd. So EQ actually helps to shape the sound, which is very important. With this few knowledge, you can apply EQ on your tracks. The most important controls you should look at is the filter and also the frequency, the Q, and the gain. So you use the frequency knob to find where the problem is in the signal, and then you use the Q actually to either broaden it or narrow it, and then you use the gain to either boost it or cut it. So when you are dealing with problems in the signal, you always use the gain to cut it. Then when you are dealing with a sweet spot in the signal, you use the gain to boost it after you've used the frequency to locate the right frequency area. And then you use the filter to scoop the low ends so that the um, guitar instrument or other instrument wouldn't take the place of the bass and the kick. So this is how to use EQ on your instruments.